Okay, one.
Did you put this?
Yes, it's recording. Okay, 1, 2.
Hi, I'm Mithila. I'm a food photographer and I work with restaurants to create visual content. I'm also a Jigsaw Thinker and a math scientist at the Sales and Founder Lab. About 3 years now, I would say, is when I started, but food photography is something I picked up along the way. So food photography focus probably about a year and a half or 2 years or so. I had actually seen Jigsaw around for a while before I actually signed up, so it was something I knew about, and I know a couple of people who sat through it as well. But the main thing that I was always waiting for like the right time to sign up. I always knew that I would sign up one day, but I was waiting to be like established at a certain point and then sign up and stuff. But I think during the pandemic, what happened is that the F&B industry was hit quite massively, and that sort of backfolded into my work being compromised as well. And after a point, I started getting a lot of leads for work, but I wasn't able to convert those leads into actual paying clients. So that was the main focus with which I signed up for Jigsaw. Honestly, like I had seen, of course, like I said, I know a couple of people who sat through this, the initial versions and programs, and I've seen what came out of their investment in Jigsaw, and I saw their conference level rise, and I saw how, they took me through what they did with Jigsaw as well. That sold me early on itself, but along the line, I also saw a lot of content that Jigsaw was putting out on Instagram, and I really related to it. So that's actually what helped me make the final step. For me, I think it was structure, because I had all these thoughts in my head about what I wanted to do, and I sort of knew how I wanted to do them, but I realized later that wasn't the right approach, and there is like a very structured approach to get from A to Z, and I think that really focused path is what helped me the most. For sure, the one thing that stood out about Jigsaw was the individual personalized attention that we got from the coaches. The second thing that really appealed to me was the idea of building a community within Jigsaw and getting support from people who are going through the journey with you. And that's something that you don't get from signing up for like an online course, or if you do it through YouTube and stuff like that. So I think real-time help was definitely like the main sell. So I think my first interaction with Jigsaw was the initial consultation call, and you guys really guided me through what you think I need, and you looked at all my pain points and suggested a lab that I should look at accordingly. And it took me maybe like a week or so to get used to the entire process. Like the entire thing of setting up the community and Slack was very exciting, but it really helped that I had Dhananjay, who was onboarding at the same time as me. So we sort of became like accountability buddies, and we did the entire journey together, which was great. And yeah, it was super exciting to like work. I'm someone who loves organizing things, so working with the workbooks and answering each question along the way was really fun. Dhananjay and I started, I think he started maybe just a couple of days after me, and it really worked out great because he's also in the same food space but on the other side of it. So he's a baker, and we both started out a sales lab around the same time, so we were able to really discuss our progress and our where we got stuck together, and we sort of like did co-working sessions at least once a week to begin with, and those really helped because we monitored each other's progress, and we gave feedback on each other's workbooks and stuff. So that was really great to have someone who just championed you along the way and was there whenever I needed help. Was like really great. I think something I struggled with a lot even before I signed up with these labs was my confidence level. Like I was very shy to actually put my work out there and talk about myself. But confidence is definitely something that Jigsaw helped me with. And there were so many ways, like it wasn't just one answer to overcome that. I think it was a mix of a lot of different things. One was definitely the lab and courses as well, and the structure provided. The second was just having like Kriti and you help me and coach me on, how I should go about this and things I could do to improve my confidence. And there were like little exercises along the way that Kriti made me do, which were great. And then there was the community as well that really championed me and gave me feedback, which really helped. So just all of those things together really helped me boost my confidence at the end. So Sales Lab, one of the first exercises that we did was identifying the target audience and then moving on to the empathy interviews. And I think that empathy interview was like the big breakthrough for me in the entire process, and that's what helped me get the results that I have today. So I did an interview with one of my existing clients, and that client sort of has now instead of one client, it's become 4 clients because he started a bunch of new brands, and that one interview is actually what sold both of us on working together for the other brands as well. So client-wise, I went from, I think when I started with Jigsaw, I had started with about 2 clients, and then I dropped one midway. And today I'm sitting at about 5 retainer clients, and my revenue has pumped up by about, on an average, 2.8x from where I started. So I think the next step for me is I've got everything in place in terms of my retainers. So I have like a stable income, I would say, a stable amount of work coming in. And what I want to focus on next is really my passion, which is food photography. So I want to focus on getting more food photography projects. That's step 1. And eventually I would say setting up my own studio and going like full-fledged food photography later on. Kriti, definitely. Because she was there along the way, and in addition to Sales Lab, there was also the Founder Lab, where she was there week on week coaching us, taking us one step forward and always pushing me to like go beyond my own goals and stuff. So that was great, and generally she's just a great champion and great coach to have. Like I said, I was someone who likes to be organized and who really likes to organize not only my things but my thoughts. And Founder Lab really helped me do that. Every time I was stuck with something, there was always an exercise that helped me sort out my thoughts or move forward beyond a block in a more creative way. And it really helped me identify ideas that I didn't even know were in my head and creative ways to solve a problem. So it really takes you, like if you're here in your thought process, it just like triple folds it, if that's the right phrase. But yeah, that was great. And the weekly coaching calls, of course, were amazing because we got to have like a one-on-one interaction with the coach and community, and there was always something exciting happening every week. So we did like mock Shark Tank experiments. We did a lemonade stand, which made us think like a 7-year-old child. There are a bunch of great articles that we talk about and theories in design thinking that we talk about and discuss and then implement week on week. And each of them always leaves you with some learning or the other. So it's exactly like what you see on TV. We had 3 minutes to present any part of our journey that we wanted. I chose to do the client journey that I'd built out. And yeah, it's like an elevator pitch for the community, and they not only act like the sharks to say whether they're sold or not, but they also go a step further to give you feedback on how you could improve it. So it works both ways really well. I would say personalized attention is something you don't find anywhere. And the second thing is they're comforting. Every time you think you're stuck with something and you're really scared about it, they always deal with it in such a calm and focused manner, and they always give you structure to it, and then you feel so much more confident after just speaking to them. So that was great. That's different about the coaches. I would say from personal experience, there were other places that I looked at before signing up for Jigsaw Thinking, and I was considering signing up with someone who was a food photography expert. And Looking back now, I'm so glad that I didn't, because it really helps when someone is, what you're looking for is business insights, right? Not food photography insights. You already have the skill over there, but you're looking to up your skill in an expertise that you don't have, which Jigsaw really provides. And the thing I like the most is the fact that you guys don't specialize in one particular industry. That really helps, because you're talking to people in so many different industries, and you really, along your journey, you see where you can borrow from other industries and apply it to your own. And that's something I did in my progress, like, in my journey as well. Like, I borrowed a lot from people in the personal fitness industry and saw how I could apply it to my own journey. And the fact that there are people beyond just your own industry, that's what provides a lot more insight, I would say. So I think the first thing is to decide if you're really ready, if you really want this, because if you do, then it doesn't seem like it's a tuition or homework or something. It seems like something you're really looking forward to do, which is how I saw it. I did struggle. Like, initially I thought I would sit 30 minutes every day and be really focused and get this done in 3 months. That did not happen. But one thing that really did help was signing up with like co-working sessions with the community. So we would all decide like a time where we were all free once a week or so, and just hop on a Zoom call where we would put like 25-minute targets and share what we were going to achieve in those 25 minutes, and then do it together and then share feedback on how it went. So that was one way that we got, all our videos and workbooks done, which I think was the most effective. The other was, honestly, I would just, every day after work, I would sit for about, not every day, but whenever I could, sit for 30 minutes. Or when I was stuck with work, actually, that's when I would sit with Jigsaw Thinking, because it helped me just divert my mind, and I would come up with like creative solutions and different ways to see problems. I would say trust the process, keep an open mind, and don't be afraid to ask questions, because no question is a silly question. I've asked like a lot of very, very silly questions, I feel, which I thought were silly, but the insights they gave me were great.
Thank you so much. This is great.
Thanks.
This is such a fun conversation. Okay, awesome.
Yeah, second for my editing. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm pro.
We'll wait for Mithila to stop laughing.
I'm a pro.